DM me on Instagram. Feel free to share your thoughts with me. I hope that today you have a day that not just is in flow, but that you
This
are
is Ramon Ray, and we're going
influential and help
live,
others
or
step
live
into flow
in
as
just a
well.
few minutes. You're hearing Alexander Gonzalez speak.
Because the more of us in
And
flow,
I'm going to talk
the
about
better the
11
world's going to
ways you can
be.
get attention for your
Because we
business.
know
11
who we
ways you can get
are,
attention for your business.
we know where we're
We're
going,
talking about that live today.
and we're
Just
ultimately living at our
seconds.
highest level,
Hope
our
you
highest
join me
calling.
live across all the
It is with great
platforms.
pleasure that I
That's
humbly turn
Alexander
this
Gonzalez
mic
speaking.
over to someone who we just heard from, someone who is oftentimes in a state of flow, who's creating communities of people who can come together and flow at a high level, getting the coaching, the training, and everything that they need to operate in their best state. A man who I love to call the energy bus of Breakfast with Champions. He's the sunshine of Clubhouse. He's my friend, and he's someone who every single time I'm around puts a smile on my face. Mr. Ramon Ray.
Alexander Gonzalez, I appreciate it. And one story about you, Alexander, I think I've told you before, and I will always tell you until the day I die, or until my wife changes the story. At the EYA event, Alexander, with all the things happening, all the glitter and glam, and Ashley and Marcus and Trent, Shelton, all the people, me and my wife are chatting about that event. And the one thing she said it weeks after, oh my God, the guy with the hair, what he said was amazing. That's what she said.
I love that. Thank you so much. I'm forever loving your wife for that story, because I love that story.
And I remember, how we guys are, I'm like, what about whatever. She's like, yeah, no, it's that guy with the hairs. It was beautiful, Alexander. So thanks for what you do, Alexander Gonzalez. And hey, everybody, this is Ramon Ray. We're live on Clubhouse Breakfast with Champions. My name is Ramon Ray. We're streaming live, in fact, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, across platforms as best I can. And good morning to the Clubhouse audience. Alexander, as always, that was an amazing, amazing, amazing share you did today. So thank you for that. And everybody, I know that chat was lit with Alexander, his shares today. And Christina, it's good seeing you again. Christina, well done for a great, wonderful event that you did just a few days ago. And I know you're already planning for the 2024 January event already. Don't even sleep. Just keep moving. Don't rest. Don't take a shower. Just get the event done. Yin, good morning. Limitless. Good to see you. Let's see who else in the room. Dora Maria. Hey, Dora Maria. What a great session you gave. Wow, Dora Maria. It's good to see you in action. Megan DiMartino. Good morning, Michelle. I hope you're well. William, Annette, Ramona. How are you? Yasmin and Chima's here. Dale and Beverly. Hey, Dale. Good morning. Beverly, Tanya. Everybody is in the house here. It's great. Alan's here. Whitney's here. Let's see. I see V. Let's see who's the strategy ladies here in the house, and many others. Let's see who's in the audience. Shannon's here in the audience, and Ryder's in the audience, and Clarissa's in the audience. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're well today as I look down, and good morning to those who are watching us online live across a variety of platforms. As we dive in today, some days I wish I had a 4-hour segment because I have so many things I want to share. You ever feel sometimes that you just don't have enough time? Put that in the chat, a T in the chat, if you feel what I'm saying, that some days you just feel so overflowing and so overwhelmed in a good way, you wish you had like a 6-day continuous show. So I see some people feel that way. Dora Maria's like, T. Shirley, Jim, all right. But we're going to go on today with 29 minutes we have, and it's going to be great. A few things I'll share. And by the way, to give you a preview, what I'm going to share today, dovetailing off of what Glenn Lundy said, 11 ways that you can get attention for your business. 11 ways you can get attention for your business. I'm going to touch on that in a bit, and I want to call out, I encourage you, if you haven't checked out yet BWC Prime, we have our 3rd live session tonight where we're pouring about and talking about marketing automation. So if you've been interested to join us, you've thought about joining us, bwcprime.com. That supports some of the operations that happen here and more, but you want to check that out at bwcprime.com. And we're going to be doing that live tonight. We have an active discussion board and more. and brainstorming and deep diving and coaching to help you grow your business. And in fact, we'll have someone from Keep on there live today. We have some of my friends from Canva who are going to be joining us live. Some of my friends from Zoho will be joining us over weeks. We have TM Hyman is going to join us, and other of our hosts here will be joining us from time to time as well. I think Megan's reached out, and I've talked to Larissa and so many others as well will be joining us over time over the next several months. So look out for that. And just remind everybody as well, we have our event in Dallas coming up, BWC Prime, BWCdaily.com/Dallas23, BWCdaily.com/Dallas23. We hope you see fit to join me and Trevor and Glenn Lundy in Dallas as well. And the vice president of Avocado from Mexico, they will be there. This amazing person, Irene is her name. She's led the marketing for Avocados from Mexico, a $1 billion campaign to get us eating more avocados. What can we small business owners learn? So with that, let's dive into today's share. Those who are joining me live, glad you're here as well. 11 things you can do to promote, or rather build attention for your business. And why is attention for your business important? Let's be clear on that, why it's important. It's important because so many times we focus on the sale first. I would dare say my book, Celebrity CEO, talks about it. And you can, by the way, get that free blueprint if you just go to celebrityceo.com, celebrityceo.com. You can download and get my free blueprint on that at celebrityceo.com. But we focus on sales first, and I get sales are important. There's all kind of coaching in sales, and sales are so useful to understand that. But I would dare say, and Glenn talked about it today, that attention may be more important. Because if you don't have the attention of the right people, then you can't even build their trust with education. And if you can't build their trust with education, then you can't sell them, as it were, in this discussion, in this metaphor. So attention builds trust. Trust builds a sale. And I want to talk about some ways that we can build attention for our business. And then I'll open the floor. Talk about questions you may have for me, some things you're doing to build attention for your business. So 11 key things. And if you want these notes, if you just probably if you just sign up at Celebrity CEO, or you just DM me on Instagram, just say, hey, Ramon, Celebrity CEO or something, you may get an auto reply, but I'll know that and I'll send these notes to you, or email me, ramon@ramonray.com. Several ways you can connect with me and get these notes. And we talk about these things and more on BWC Prime. So if you ever want to go more in depth in these things and get some coaching from me, definitely check us out at BWC Prime. So let's dive in. One is the simple aspect of self-promotion. We often forget to promote ourselves. For some people, it seems a bit icky, wicky, ticky, licky, but you know what? It's not. Because if you don't self-promote yourself, very few people are going to promote you. Now, we have friends, and I've promoted Christina's event and Tina's event and other people who have events. I've done things like this for sure. Dora Maria's book is out. I've shared that. I think I bought it. It's on a wait list of some sort because 10 million people bought it already. So we're waiting on the wait list. But the point is that I promote things for sure. But the best promoter you'll find, and generally speaking, is yourself. When I went to Christina's event, what did I do? I put some graphics and said, hey, Ramon's going to be headlining and keynoting a youth summit, right? Even though we all are headliners, I just said, I'm headlining it, right? That goes back to self-promotion. So tip number one is the aspect of self-promotion. You have to promote yourself. Yeah, like a Barnum and Bailey carnival type of person, but doing it with taste, doing it ethically. Self-promote yourself is my tip number one. Number two is the power of using good graphics and visuals. Based on my unscientific analysis, most people who put graphics together do them okay or subpar, like busted. And if you invest in great graphics and visual, that's also a good way to get attention for your business, because it makes you look legit. It makes you look professional. It makes you look like you know what you're talking about, even if you don't know what you're talking about. So good graphics are important. Canva is a powerful tool to use, but let me tell you a secret. Just because you have Canva doesn't mean you can get good graphics. You also have to know how to use Canva or use Adobe products, use these tools, use Microsoft and so many different tools you can use for graphics, and or hire a graphics person to help you do it. Yasmin says, yes, Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, Mary Lynn says so much stuff going on without avocado in and on everything. Yes, indeed, Mary Lynn. So good graphics is my tip number 2 is an important element of getting promotion in your business. Number 3 is the power of creating and producing events. And again, I talk about these things in Celebrity CEO. You can Google these things as well. Look it up on ChatGPT. And actually, Tina had a nice article on how to produce great events. You can see that at bwcdaily.com. Just look up her name, Tina, where our hosts publish their content at BWC Daily. Our traffic is growing. People are getting to BWC Daily through SEO and otherwise. So, host, if you haven't yet, by the way, submitted me your content, articles, and all that, do that. And I did get yours, Dora, from last week. So create and produce good events. When you create and produce events, it builds attention and awareness for you and your brand and your business. Create an event. It could be something like a simple Zoom event. It could be a full-scale production event online like Kim Walsh-Phillips does, like Grant Cardone had just done in his Unbreakable Challenge, and many others do, online summits, or it could be a big in-person event. Just an hour ago, I emailed one of my very well-known marketing friends about being a keynote speaker at a fall event that I want to produce. I'm already thinking 10 months ahead. 10 months ahead. So producing and creating and hosting and organizing your own events. How many of you do events? On the Clubhouse chat, feel free to put an E. And even if you do your own event, you host your own event, put an E in the chat. Let me see that. I know Alexander was talking about, he was at Stacey Rasky's Flow event. So doing your own event, hosting your own event is a great thing to do. Absolutely, absolutely. Christina Howard does, Jim does, Felicia does. I love this. And when we go on, when I pause here a minute, I'd love to hear about the events you all are doing. And don't forget also, if you go to bwcdaily.com/events, bwcdaily.com/events, you can see a calendar of events for small business owners. Let me just check that live to make sure that link does work. But I think if you go to bwcdaily.com/events, there's a little calendar of events that are there, and you can contribute to those events as well and see what's happening in the world of creators and consultants and coaches and small business owners. Yes, there is a list of events there too. Yes. So have a look at that, bwcdaily.com/events, to see a list of events. And if you want to recommend some events that you want on there, just email me, ramon@ramonray.com, or DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn or otherwise, preferably not Clubhouse. It's hard to type on it sometimes. Moving forward. All right. 11 ways you can get attention for your business. So events are powerful. Number 4 is podcasts or other shows. Here I'm live streaming across a variety of platforms. And when I live stream, what happens? Boop, a notification pops up saying Ramon's live to those who've chosen to follow me. PL De Silva's here. What's up, brother? Good to see you, PL. Good to see Ashwin here too, watching on LinkedIn Live. So being on podcast, that's another way, or doing some sort of live element is a great way to build awareness for what you're doing. And whether you're doing your own podcast or show, or whether you're being on other people's podcast or show, this right here, our hosts, this being on here is a show. We're here with 8 hours of live content, 70-something hosts, 6 days a week. We're building our brands. We're building our followings. We have to perfect some things, how we're getting the content. We're figuring out how to get resources to get it done. We're going through an evolution, but we have podcasts that go up as much as we can get them up. We have content that goes on BWC Daily from our host. So this is a platform right here. Those of you who speak on the platform, you may not have a regular segment. But I think of someone like Linnell, I don't think she has a regular segment here, but we hear her amazing voice and her shares. And we know she's a divorce coach and et cetera. And many others here who are part of this community. All of you are part of the community who are listening to my voice, right? We had Dale who shared just a few days ago with me, right? Kelly and so many others from the Mama Link. So having your own podcast, getting your own podcast, producing your own podcast, or being on other people's podcasts is a great way to build publicity. And Mike Searock, I think, has a podcast service and things like this. So does Araya. Number 6. Promote that you're going to speak at said event or show. I have several big things I'll be doing in the coming months. I'll be hosting Social Media Marketing World, a big event with 3, 4, 5, 7,000 people. I'll be hosting that event. I'll be hosting the National Speakers Association event in San Antonio, Texas in June. And other events I'll be hosting, other events I'll be at. Small Business Leadership Conference I'll be hosting in Orlando coming up in September. And other events I'll be speaking at, keynoting, or hosting. I promote those. Put my picture in there. That's by association. I'll be at GrowthCon. I won't be speaking there, but I'll be cheering it. And I'll probably announce Joe and Ramon in Las Vegas at GrowthCon and other events that I'll be at and be a part of. So you should be self-promoting yourself. Tip number 7. Blogging on a regular basis is a powerful way to build attention for your business. And let me be clear. Let me repeat again what we're doing. And again, we talk about these things on BWC Prime. You can see that link right there in the chat. Those of you who are live on Clubhouse, those of you who are not, check out in your tab, bwcprime.com, live in-person group coaching to help you grow your business. But blogging on a regular basis is important. Producing content is important. If you missed Justin Conoco's segments, his regular segments talk about the power of content. I found blogging on a regular basis, sharing regular content is a great way to uplift your visibility. Do you know how much business I've gotten over the years just from producing my content, just from blogging, just from sharing? So blogging on a regular basis helps promote your personal brand. Personal brand is so important. D's here as well. Good morning, D on LinkedIn Live. Good to see you, D. Self-promotion is important. Another book that I highly recommend is John Lee Dumas's book, The Common Path to Uncommon Success. The Common Path to Uncommon Success. Great book. And you can just put that on Amazon and Google it. Or if you want my list of some top 10 books for small business owners, you can go to bwcdaily.com/ I think best books. And if you don't get it there, you can just DM me or ask me. zoneofgenius.com, I think / best books as well. I think a list of my top 10 books for small business owners. But John Lee Dumas's book is a great book called the Common Path to Uncommon Success. And also, of course, you can look at an accompanying book, my book, Celebrity CEO. Joel Libaba is here. What's up, Joel? Good to see you, brother. I hope you are well. Joel seconds and says, yes to consistent blogging. It's a great way to grow your personal brand. Number 8, send a regular email newsletter. I have several email newsletters that I send in a variety of ways. When we produce content of zoneofgenius.com, we have an email that goes out. We have a daily email that goes out. We produce bwcdaily.com. I have an email that I send out every Thursday at 2 p.m. with motivations and insights and tips from me. So producing a regular email newsletter is powerful. And again, we're going to dive into that more, how to produce an email newsletter. I have some friends from Constant Contact who will be joining us in BWC Prime. That's going to be amazing to have them dish some of their top secrets of how to do email headlines, how to get open rates higher, how to get people to click through. All those kind of things are powerful in an email newsletter. And let me tell you the one thing I find that really will get people to open and build empathy and build a relationship with you in your email. Let me tell you the one thing. The one thing I found is being vulnerable, being real. And we throw that word quite a lot, but some people I think are a bit too salesy, but I'm learning that's important because I don't do that enough. I don't call for action enough. So I need to do better in that. But I think also just being real, using human pictures of yourself and your family, telling a genuine story. I've talked about flat tires. I've talked about issues with me and my wife, talked about my kids, talked about how I'm feeling, talk about all kind of things. And people love that because they know that Ramon's a human. Yes, he's an expert on personal branding. He's an expert on helping businesses build their celebrity CEO brand. Yes. He's a coach on BWC Prime. Yes. But I'm also a human. I cry. I hurt. I have feelings. So that's an important part as you're doing your email newsletter. Joel says, yes, admitting mistakes does that too. Absolutely, Joel. Just saying, I screwed up. I'm sorry. That's helpful. Karen, I'm glad you're here. You're welcome. Karen joining us on Facebook. Greetings to all. Thanks for that. You're welcome. And I want to do a quick shout out to my friend, Mark Schaefer, his book, Belonging to the Brand. A book I'm getting ready to talk about in a bit. Belonging to the Brand is another great book. Why community is the last great marketing strategy. Think of what we built here on Breakfast with Champions, BWC. And those who are in my streaming audience are not familiar, you can just go to bwcdaily.com to find out all the information about what we're talking about. But community is important, very important. MomLink has a community and others have strong communities. As you have strong communities, it's a big help to building your personal brand. Move forwarding now. Email newsletter we talked about. Buying advertising. You can also get attention for your business by buying advertising. You're right, Joe. Mark Schaefer's amazing. Buying advertising. Many people have built their businesses on Facebook ads. Yes, it's a bit tougher because of the issues with Apple and the privacy issues, but Facebook can still work in building your business. I was just at Lamar Tyler's Traffic, Sales, and Profit Summit. Amazing event where I invested about $20,000 to grow my own business and things I'm doing. And many of them talked about the power of buying advertising. Bill Hauser talks about that, those of you who are on the Breakfast of Champions side. Buying advertising definitely can help. I love it. Bria asks, how does a full-time executive make time to blog regularly? Bria, I'm going to answer that question. If you can, join me in a few minutes while I share. Tanya, it says, powerful segment, Ramon. Thank you so much for these incredible tips. You're so welcome. And Mary Lynn, thanks for posting that link to the events. Thank you. So buying advertising, and there's a bit of science to that. It's not the easiest thing to do, meaning Facebook and the platform try to make it easy as possible. But as you start to spend some more money, you may want to work with somebody, hire somebody who can help you do that. You can hire a quote unquote virtual assistant that is an expert in online advertising, in particular in Facebook advertising. Number 10, this is a powerful hack that I do at live events. Attend events, that's one, but also ask smart questions. Do you know how many times I've been at an event, networking, doing my thing, being Ramon, whatever it is, but then the room was full of people. There's the mic there standing in the middle of the audience, and I get up and ask a smart question. Ask a question. Do you know how much that builds my brand right in the room and right at the event itself? Jeannie echoes that. Ask smart questions. That's exactly right. That's right. And I love it. Joel says, I dislike giving Zuck my money. Hey, each to his own. I appreciate that. I hear you on that for sure. For some people, it works. Helps build their business, right? So I think this aspect of asking questions, smart questions at events, let me give you a quick hack. You're at a big event. They have the mic stands in the room, and you now seen how the game happens. At the end of the presentation, they say, those who have questions, stand up by the mic. Here's what I see people do wrong. One, why sit far away from the mic? Sit close to the mic. Number two, why look around the room, be all shy and humble? Let me wait. I'm going to wait to see who else wants to go up. I don't want to interrupt nobody. No, take the darn mic and go up there, be the first person to ask. Now, if you're shy and introvert, I get it. That's just how God made you. But my point being, when you wait, that means other people will go in front of you and you don't get a chance to ask your question. So that means your question doesn't get asked. That means you may be doing a disservice because when you have a question to ask, most likely others probably had that same question, but they were too scared to ask. So get up there. And then here's the thing. When they say ask a question, too many times what do we do? Hi, my name is Joe. I'm with XYZ company. We do this, that, and the other. We do this, that, and the other. I do this, that, and the other. I do this, that, and the other. And you giving a whole preachimonian sermon during the question time. That's not how you get business. It sounds counterintuitive, but it is not. Do you know how to way to endear yourself with the event host, with the panelists, with the speaker, with the attendees, and have them go, wow. Let me tell you how I do it. Do you think me saying, hey, my name is Ramon Ray, go to bwcdaily.com and find out more information about me, half the people don't hear it, half the people don't care. But if you say, hi, my name was Ramon Ray. What a great panel this was. I love how you said about Facebook advertising, pixels. That was such great advice. Thank you. Here's my question. Could you tell me what you learned doing pixels? I'm finding it hard. How can we do that better? Thank you so much. When you ask a clear question like that, when you're short, brief, to the point, people turn around, do a double take and go, whoa, who's that dude? It happens to me over and over again because I go the opposite. You feel what I'm saying? Half the people on the line are trying to just grab the mic, get attention from themselves, and they preaching, talking long. The panel's already there. We don't need two preachers. So when I get up there, I'm short and to the point, and people love it. That's right, Joel. It's not the time to plug your business or do it really fast, and nice and discreetly. Love what Joel said. Not the time to plug your business and go on. I love it. And Jeannie affirming this. She says, I've watched Ramon's model to be close to the mic to ask smart questions. Thank you, Jeannie. Love it, love it, love it. All right, got 9 minutes to go before amazing Dre Baldwin's coming up. Let me pause here a minute and answer some of the questions that are happening. Actually, what I'll do here is attend the event. Yes. And then what I said is number 11. I'll just dive into that. Add value everywhere you can. Add value everywhere you can. So again, this is Ramon Ray on Breakfast with Champions, live on Clubhouse, live on LinkedIn, live on Twitter, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Thanks for those of you asking questions. Let me answer the questions right now. We have a question coming in from Bria. Bria, did you want to come off mic, Bria, and just ask your question? You're welcome to. Then the live stream can hear your, what I know is a lovely voice, Bria, if you want it. If not, Bria, I will ask it for you. Let me give you 10 seconds or 5 seconds. See if you want to ask live. And Bria could be in the audience, so she may not be able to, or he may not be able to speak. Okay, cool. So let me ask that question. Thanks, Bria, for the questions. The question from Bria was, of course you lose the question when you scroll. There it is. How does a full-time executive make time to blog regularly? Bria asked a great question. You're a full-time executive. You're busy. How do you blog regularly? It's easy. It's not easy per se, but it's doable. Batch your time. Sit down on a Saturday with a cup of tea or some coffee. Think of 3 or 4 things that happened to you this week, 3, 4, 5 things that happened to you this week that you wanted to share. And then through the power of marketing automation, schedule those out. That's really the secret. Number 2 thing you need to do is always be thinking, always be creative of what you want to share. That's the secret of what to do with that. So what you want to share, and then batch it ahead of time, Bria. And Bria, feel free to hit me up. Happy to share with you some of those concepts, or join us in BWC Prime. That's where we talk about some of those things. And if you look at John Lee Dumas's book, The Common Path, get my book, Celebrity CEO, all those books, minimal money can help you with that answer, with that question. But a great, great question, Bria. Another question is, and I'm going to get to the Facebook question here. The strategy lady asks, in your opinion, how many times per week would you blog? Ask the same question on LinkedIn. Great. Thank you, strategy lady. So here's my tip on that. About blogging. I think you can blog several times a day, to a WordPress blog or site or whatever it may be, if it's that. And then via your email, you can have a digest of that go out once a week, can have it go out twice a week. So it really depends on the value and how good the content is, what you're sharing. Seth Godin blogs every single day. Now, when I say blog as well, one caveat of that is you can blog on a WordPress site, or even blogging, quote unquote, can be done on LinkedIn, can be done on Substack or anything like that. So let me pause here. I'm going to open up the Clubhouse room. And in fact, I'm going to leave the video streaming because I know on video, you can still hear what's happening on Clubhouse. But this is Ramon Ray, and we got about 6 more minutes to go. Anybody want to unmic and ask a question live? And if not, it's no problem. Anybody want to?
Ramon, I have a question. It says Danette, the strategy lady.
Hey, Danette, how are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
And yeah, I love being over on LinkedIn and over here with you. The engagement is always so awesome. But you answered the question, and I've been blogging for a while now, for years now. But when you speak about doing it on LinkedIn as well, statistically, should I be placing that on the website first, letting it sit on the website for a while, then putting it up on LinkedIn? I mean, I've heard so many different things, and it's just been, everyone's just kind of throwing mud up against the wall, expecting for it to stick, and no one for years can really tell me the solid, status on that.
Let me tell you what I do, and feel free, Danette, to stay with me here a bit. Feel free, we can chat a bit. We can chat out the segment. We can close the segment together. We'll see how much time we have. But here's what I do, Danette, and you tell me what you think of the results I get. People often tell me, and any of you who've told me that, you can put that in the chat. We're going to prove it to Danita right now, because I could be wrong, so I'm going to call myself out. Danita, my audience, my tribe of Ramon Ray fans is way beyond Clubhouse. I speak at live events all over the world and all those things. Here's the one thing they tell me, Ramon, we see you everywhere. Second thing they tell me, we see you all the time. Third thing they tell me, we love it. So the fear you're probably talking of is don't post on multiple platforms. Wait on that. But Danita, guess what? You post on WordPress, 90% of the people aren't seeing that post. You post on LinkedIn, the other 90% aren't seeing it. So I say post everywhere at will all the time. Maybe change the headlines, maybe use a different picture, or maybe not. But the point is, if your content is good, if that headline is fire, is popping, people will want to follow you and won't mind seeing it again because we scroll. We're in the airport. We saw your WordPress post. We missed it. It came on email. Great. We missed that. We deleted it by accident. Oh, great. We saw her tweet. We saw her LinkedIn. So let me pause to get your feedback. But for me, I don't over-index on the minutia of where and how I post, as it were. I post on multiple platforms, a lot of different things, and my audience says. So for me, the proof is what they say, and I'll repeat. Ramon, we see you everywhere. Ramon, what I say, whatever the other thing said, and we love it. That's what they tell me. So Danita, I think it is. Let me have your feedback on that if that was helpful. And I know you're getting a lot of input because everybody has a lot of input, but that's what works for me.
Well, Ramon, this is Danette again.
Oh, Danette, yes.
I do. No worries. I believe in being everywhere and showing up. I guess it's just that trying to figure out which way is best to go, because I understand that your real estate, your website is your precious spot first, because if all the other ones go down, at least you have it there. But I was more or less just kind of curious as to, how soon before I take and repurpose it over on LinkedIn in particular, as opposed to that. And I'm loving the digest that you're talking about.
BWC Daily. Thank you. Well, let me ask you, how often do you post it on your WordPress site? So, and what business are you in? And how often do you post on your WordPress site?
I am a business systems and implementation strategist.
Okay.
It's not on WordPress. I own a SaaS company as well,
Okay.
Digital CEO Systems. So I post there, and I just finished migrating over to my stuff. So this is why I'm asking that question, because I'm in the middle of revamping everything out of 20-something years and repositioning it.
So here's what I would do. Again, not without knowing so much, but here's what I do. I would continue to post as you're doing on your regular WordPress or sorry, whatever the site may be, your website. Do that. But I'm going to say it right. Danette? Is it Danette?
Yes.
Danette, yes. So Danette, why not maximize the heck out of LinkedIn too? Quote people, comment people, news of the day, news jacking. Take what you posted and comment on yourself. I do stuff like that. It blows the heck out of people's mind. Danette, I quote myself. People think I'm half crazy. I am, but it works. Ramon said today that ChatGPT is amazing. Why do I got to quote Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos? I can quote Ramon Ray. Hallelujah. You feel me?
I got you. I love that.
And feel free to email me, dive in more, and feel free, really, things like this, join us if it makes sense for you. BWC Prime, we can dive in and get real dirty with all these questions. I spent a lot of time. Jeannie's here in the audience. You can ask her. I mapped out a whole mindset thing for her. So feel free to check that out or just email me. But listen, thank you so much, Danette, for being here. This is Ramon Ray. We're on Breakfast with Champions. Let me end this broadcast, by the way. Thank you for joining me live on video real quick. I'm in that video right now on live video. Good to see y'all here.